What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher, and welcome to another episode of Infinite Warfare 5 Things. Today, we are looking at 5 weapon myths that have kind of evolved from both weapon variants and base weapons in Infinite Warfare. Now, there's actually a lot more than 5 of these things in Infinite Warfare, as a lot of stats aren't advertised on the weapon variants card. So, if you'd like to see me do another one of these videos with more myths to do with certain weapons, the way to show me is by hitting that like button. The more likes this video gets, the more likely I am to do more videos like this one. So, hit that like button if you enjoy, but without further ado, let's get into the things you didn't know about weapons in Infinite Warfare. Now, the first example of this is an epic weapon, the NV4 Flatline. So, the two traits that this weapon has is precision, which says infinite damage range with reduced fire rate, and focused, reduced idle sway. So, the myth on this one is that everyone thinks that the time to kill on this weapon is simply better because it has infinite damage range. So, what this means is that normally the NV4 has 2 damage profiles, 30 damage and 23 damage, ranging from a 4 to a 5 bullet kill. With the Flatline, you're always going to deal 30 damage, which means it's always going to be a 4 bullet kill. So what you'd assume is that the time to kill is always going to be better for the Flatline than the base NV4, when in reality, that is 100% wrong. So the thing that people don't take into account when talking about this is the slower fire rate on the Flatline. So normally the NV4 has a fire rate of 612 RPM, whereas the NV4 Flatline has a fire rate of 571. This is a reduction of about 40 RPM, which is actually a pretty big deal. Now, because of this, the NV4 Flatline actually has a slower time to kill up until 36.875 meters. We'll just round that up to 37 meters so it's easier to talk about. So up to 37 meters, every other weapon has a faster time to kill than the NV4 Flatline. As soon as you get over that 37 meters, all of a sudden the NV4 Flatline has a faster time to kill. So it's important to note that that range is incredibly important. Not to mention, most of your gunfights that you're going to get into are going to be under 37 meters. So it may not even be that great of a weapon to use compared to simply a base NV4. Unless you're one of those players that likes to sit back and get in those really long range gunfights. If that's the case, the Flatline is the weapon for you. The next weapon secret has to do with the R3KT. Now this one, once again, is another epic assault rifle variant that has 2 traits. The first of which is breakpoint. This weapon fires as a fully automatic weapon with reduced recoil, and stockpile, which increases the total ammo. Now, it pretty much does everything it says there. So the first thing is it turns into a fully automatic weapon. That it does. On top of that, stockpile, increased ammo. So this changes your magazine from a 30 round magazine to a 36 round magazine, and changes the total amount of bullets you have from 60 to 72. So it does 100% does that. However, it also changes the fire rate from a 909 fire rate to a 455 fire rate. But of course, with that, you no longer have to deal with any burst delay. So that kind of counteracts each other. But what this card doesn't tell you is it also screws with your damage profile and your range with the R3KT. Now, normally, a normal R3K or any of the other variants have 3 damage profiles, 35 up close, 32 at mid-range, and 30 at long-range. Basically, what this ensures is that you can get a 3-bullet kill at mid-range with a headshot. However, the R3KT does not have that middle range. At the normal range where it drops off to 32 damage, the R3KT drops simply off to 30. What this means is that headshots actually don't really do much for the R3KT. There's really no point in going for them. Whereas the R3K, any normal variant of it, at mid-range, if you get a headshot, it's going to reduce the bullets to kill by 1, whereas the R3KT does not do that at all. So really, it's just a change to the headshot multiplier in a very odd way of doing it. And just in case you were wondering, the R3KT actually has the best time to kill out of any of the R3K variants. This is because you simply don't have to worry about burst delay with it. The only downside that doesn't show on the weapon card is the fact that headshots really don't do anything for the weapon. The next thing that we're going to look at here, it doesn't have to do with a weapon variant at all. It just has to do with the base weapon itself. So we're looking at the Karma 45 here, and with the Karma 45, there's actually a few different types of reloading. So a normal weapon will have 2 different types of reloading: bullets still in the magazine and an empty magazine. Generally, an empty magazine takes longer to reload than bullets still in the magazine. So with the Karma 45, you have a total of 42 bullets to fire without reloading. However, the Karma actually has 2 magazines, 21 bullets apiece in each magazine. Therefore, there's two different types of reloading with bullets still in the magazine. One where you only use one magazine, and another type of reloading where you have to reload both magazines. So the way that this works in-game is if you fire more than 21 bullets, you have to reload both magazines. If you fire less than 21 bullets, you have to reload a single magazine. As far as the time difference between the two, you reload one magazine about 1.74 seconds, and two magazines in about 2.5 seconds. So it's a total difference of about 0.76 seconds. This is actually a huge deal when it comes to reloading. So what you're actually going to want to do with the Karma is try to reload as frequently as possible, therefore reducing your reload time. And just pay attention to how many bullets you've actually fired out of your weapon, trying to keep it less than 21. Next thing we're looking at here is once again going back to variants, and this one is the Volk Goliath. Once again, another epic variant. So the two stats that change on this one are, first of all, the first thing is called Spike. Deals increased damage but fires one bullet at a time. So it changes it from a fully automatic weapon to a semi-automatic weapon. And second of all, Focus, which reduces the idle sway. However, there's a lot more things than just those that change on this weapon. So the first thing that changes on the Volk, like the card says, is it changes the damage profile. It changes it from a 3 to a 4 bullet kill to a 2 to a 3 bullet kill. But not only that, it also changes the fire rate. The reason being, like I said, it changes from a fully automatic weapon to a semi-automatic weapon. Now the fire rate changes from a 483 fire rate to a 273 fire rate. But that isn't the only thing that changes on this weapon. It also changes the total amount of bullets you have and the range of the weapon itself. Now the normal magazine of the Volk is a 28 round magazine. However, with the Goliath, it drops down to half at 14 rounds. On top of that, the Volk normally changes from a 3 to a 4 bullet kill at 40 meters in game, whereas the Goliath changes from a 2 to a 3 bullet kill at 32 meters in game. Now, this isn't a huge difference, especially because the damage profile is a little bit different on both of the weapons. However, it is important to note that the range is just a little bit less than the normal Volk itself. Now, the important thing I wanted to get across in showing you this is that with the Goliath, the time to kill is actually worse than every other Volk variant at every single range. Even though it has an increased damage profile, the time to kill is much worse on the Goliath because it has such a goddamn slow fire rate. On top of that, it doesn't increase the damage enough to make up for the drop in fire rate. And finally, we've got the Mammoth, another epic variant. This one is of the Mauler. Now, the two traits that this weapon has is Heavy Hitter, which doubles the damage profile, and Sharpshooter, which increases the damage range. Now, this weapon is quite the opposite of the Goliath, and what I mean by that is normally, like I said with the Goliath, it changes a 3 to a 4 bullet kill into a 2 to a 3 bullet kill. However, the Mauler changes a 4 to a 5 bullet kill into a 2 to a 3 bullet kill. On top of that, it also, instead of decreases the range like the Goliath, this one increases the range. In fact, it over doubles the normal range of the Mauler. What I am telling you is this weapon is a frickin' beast. Even though it has less than half the fire rate of the normal Mauler, this weapon still has a faster time to kill by a long shot. So this weapon is absolutely a force to be reckoned with. I just wanted to show you that compared to the Goliath, because the Goliath increases the damage profile and slows down the fire rate and is actually a worse weapon. This weapon, the Mammoth, does the exact same thing, however becomes a much, much better weapon because it doesn't just increase the damage, it doubles the damage, and that's an absolutely huge thing. But guys, that is it. That is 5 secrets you may not have known about Infinite Warfare. You can let me know down in the comment section below. Did you know these things? Did you enjoy these things? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video and want to see more videos like it, the way to show me is by hitting that like button. On top of that, if you're new to the channel and like what you saw and want to be updated whenever I upload a video, the way to do so is by hitting that subscribe button. It's down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can check out my Twitch, Twitter, all of that crap down in the description. And until next time, peace out.